Hi and welcome back to our Flowzone tutorials. In this video we are going to be looking at project types and the status bar. So let's dive into a test system, and I'm in the projects area, and you can see I've got 8 projects in this list view of projects. You can see I've got the type column here, which is indicating to me that I've got 2 different types of projects. I've got some internal and I've got some external. So the question is, what is the status bar? Well, let's dive into this top project. And you can see that I've got a bar at the top which has got various elements of information. Now this is what we call the status bar. The one underneath here is what we call the action bar. So action bar here, status bar at the top. And the status bar in this case has got the status, the type, the company name, who the creation user is, and what the creation date is. So those are 5 elements of information that this is set up with. Now these are the default options. And if I go into a different project type, so if I go into the external project type, you can see I've got that same default setup. So status type, company name, creation user, and creation date. And what we're going to do is change that default setup by going into the administration area. So let's go into admin, project, project types, and let's change the setup on the internal project type. If I click on the status bar, at the moment you can see I've got the default status bar, but what I want to do is create a custom status bar. So I am going to click on custom status bar, and that brings up this configurator, and you can see the options selected are those default ones that we saw in the status bar. So status type, company name, creation user, and creation date. Well, let's remove a couple of those for starters by clicking on the minus sign. Maybe let's get rid of the status as well, and let's maybe move the company name by dragging it up to the top, and let me find some other bits of information that I want to put into my status bar. So I want to put in the project name in the status bar. So let me go over to the right hand side. So these are all the available fields, and if I scroll down you can see I've got a lot in here. Now often the best way to find the element of information that you're after is to put your cursor into the filter box and then start typing. So here we go, name I'm going to put in, and the one at the top is the one that I want. Now you can see there are other options in here, and if you type in something like name, you might find quite a few options, but in this case I just want the name of the project. I don't want the parent project name or any of this other information. I want simply the name of the project, and I can either click on the plus sign here to take it across, or I can drag it. Well, let's click on the plus sign, and that pops it at the bottom, and I'm just going to now move it up because I want that to be my first element of information. And I also want the delivery date. So let me have a look for the delivery date, and I'm going to start typing in delivery. Okay, so I can already see the delivery date. I want the delivery date here, not the parent project delivery date or the parent delivery date. I want this delivery date. So I'm going to drag that across. And then just finally, let me find something else. Well, let's put in the documents count. So if I put in documents, there we go, already I can see the documents count has popped up here. Instead of clicking on the plus sign, I'm now going to drag that one across, and I can place it wherever I want in the flow of information, but I'm just going to pop that down at the bottom here. That's fine. I've now got 5 elements of information. Again, I could add more elements of information from all those options on the right hand side, but that will do for the moment. So let me just save that, and let's go back to our project list. And if I go into any of these projects which are an internal project type, we will see that the status bar has changed. So if I go into this one, you can see there's that new setup. I've got the name, company name, type, delivery date, and then the documents count. If I go into this project, which is also an internal type, we will see the same thing. That's the same setup. And just to confirm the point again, another internal type, and we've got the same setup there. However, by contrast, if I go into an external project type, we didn't change the configuration of the status bar in the external project type. That's still the default. So if I click into any project which is an external project type, then we can see that we still have the default setup. Status is first, type, company name, creation user, and creation date. So hopefully that just reinforces the point that you can change the status bar on a project type by project type basis. So I hope that's been useful. Please check out our other videos. Many thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.